Back for more, Ryan Kinel? I never get tired of seeing that RK Outpost logo emerge from the darkness and illuminate itself through being struck by lightning, with this epic music in the background. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Never mind, actually. But on to the topic of today's video. It seems like Ryan might have a few gripes with the upcoming Spider-Man show. And by a few gripes, I mean black people.
Well, they have now just dropped this trailer, already over 1 million views in 7 hours. And people have noticed some very interesting things about the trailer, specifically some characters that, you guessed it, are race swapped.
Is it a little too on the nose for you? Didn't like that?
There were only a couple good people in this movie. You had Bruce Wayne, Batman, and you had Alfred. Those are the only two good white people. The rest of the 3 other major players that I would consider like overall like moral good people were, you had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this. And then you had the mayor, who's a black woman. Again, very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that. Took a little bit off the score for me, to be honest.
We're gonna get to the Harry Osborn part as well, because the Harry Osborn part, I don't know if not only he's race swapped, but he also might not be a dude, or if he is, there's something really weird going on there. And yes, they did debut this with a kind of entirely race swap cast. Here's Norman Osborn. This is Norman Osborn. At the end, Norman Osborn is shown to be a black man who's guiding Peter down a bad path to work for him in some capacity with a new Spider-Man suit. This is where the trailer ends, but it's not the strangest part. Now, when it does come to Norman Osborn, forever, it's been a meme for a very long time, specifically about Norman Osborn, a white man having waves. Right? There's a lot of memes about it. People joke about it, of course. They decided, hey, let's just go out. We're going to take the white man with waves, and we're going to take the waves, keep them, but we're going to make him black, because that's what we want to do.
Okay, so we already know what he's going to complain about. Considering that this is at most a change in the color of his skin and not reflective of the content of his character, I really don't see anything to be worried about. Especially considering changes have been made to really well-written adaptations of comic book villains that actually have to do with the content of their character, such as Doc Ock having a wife in his origin or having AI tentacles influence his ideology. In fact, his motivation to become Doc Ock wasn't to create a fusion reactor to fulfill his dream of changing the world and showing everyone else he could do it. His motivation to become Doc Ock was actually more spite-driven. While he did want to obtain the greatest source of atomic power, he was going to destroy it and rebuild it himself because his goals are less about the achievement itself and more about how he uses it to spite people. He wanted to show the world how much more powerful he was than everyone else, so he can make everyone who he even perceives as jealous, doubtful, or even mocking towards him to feel small. Whereas in Spider-Man 2, his fusion reactor isn't motivated by wanting to spite others and belittle them. Rather, it was to serve his own pride and prove that he was right all along. These are 2 different motivations, which means that one of the best on-screen Spider-Man villains was given greater changes than a simple change in skin color. But I'll have you guess which one of these resulted in more outrage from nutjobs like Ryan Kinel. But since he's so fixated on skin color, let me use another example. The Joker in The Dark Knight is a white man, but in the comics, he's an even whiter man. The Dark Knight deviates from the comics because his disfigurement doesn't change his skin color, so he needs makeup to maintain the whiteness of the clown face. But in the comics, his skin color was physically altered by the chemicals he was exposed to, making his skin naturally white like clown faces. The Dark Knight, one of the best comic book movies with one of the best adapted villains, literally did exactly what Ryan Kinel is complaining about with Norman Osborn. They made his skin color not the same. So are we going to start attacking the Dark Knight now? Or are we going to laugh at this for what it is? Pure idiocy.
Now, this right here, this is Harry Osborn. Okay? Let's just watch this 20 seconds or so.
Gotcha! I thought it was dead meat. Check out our next victim in his dumbass costume.
Is my suit really that bad?
Ouch.
This is a weird-ass design for Harry, man. This is Harry Osborn, who is dressing like a lesbian, I guess? I don't know what else to say about this.
I don't either, because you didn't say anything to begin with. Like, oh no, Harry Osborn looks different from the comics or other adaptations. Are we still gonna hear you complain if his characterization is good, or are you gonna keep making surface level complaints about his design?
I'm not interested in watching this show. I have no interest in watching Disney Plus for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I probably never did. But now that I've seen just a little bit from this trailer, including some more awesome race swaps from Marvel, including maybe I don't even know if we know who the character was at the beginning here that looks like another potential race swap character. I don't even know if we know who that was. But I've seen enough to say I'm out.
Guys, there's black people in the show. That's too much for me. I'm out. This really isn't surprising considering 3 good black people in the Batman were 3 too many for him. So I imagine a show with more than 3 would be like exposure to Scarecrow's fear toxin to him.
What's wrong? Scared. No.
Very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that.
Fuck! God damn it!
I don't need to watch this. I don't know if we have a transgender, gay, or just really, really strange Harry Osborn. I don't fucking know. I know one thing about this trailer. Not fucking interested. Not watching.
Goodbye.
None of this stuff I've talked about is really surprising, and this didn't take long for me to break down because Ryan doesn't actually say anything of substance. Likely because there's nothing of substance for him to say. He's flipping out over the changes to the color of a character's skin, or someone that might turn out to be Harry Osborn looking differently. Now, I have my own reasons not to be super pumped about the show compared to something like Beyond the Spider-Verse, mostly because I've seen Peter Parker in high school so many times, and I'd rather have adaptations focus on treading new ground. Though, I'd still give this one a chance and see what it has to offer. You see, it's possible to talk about your excitement or lack of excitement for a TV show like a normal person, without, of course, complaining about black people.
Very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that.
But yeah, that's just about all I have to say for now. Let me know what you think in the comments. And in the unlikely event that Ryan Kinel has clicked on this video, just so you know, you're totally welcome to have a conversation with me on this if you want to get more in depth, if you want to clarify your points, or whatever it is, okay? Every week or so on the channel, I run Disagreement Day. So if you want to come on to one of those streams and discuss one of the points, or you want to specifically schedule one of those streams to fit into your availability, you're free to do that. I'm gonna leave it open. You know, you seem really confident in the points you have to make about wokeness in media, and I seem very confident in saying that the points you have against it are flawed or misinformed. So who knows, I think it would make for a good discussion. But yeah, that's all I have to say for now. I'll see you later. Goodbye.